Senator Sessions, you want to make a short closing, I understand.
Well, I would be pleased to. First, I would offer a number of letters for the record from Colonel Gonzalo Vergara, who would oppose the nomination, Judicial Action Group, the National Right to Life Committee, Military Families United, Liberty Council, Southern Baptist Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission, American Association of Christian Schools, and Center for Military Readiness, who have expressed opposition to the nominee. You know, we talked about a lot of important issues today. The interstate commerce issue, several of our committee members asked about it. Lopez, Morrison, a 5-4 decisions. Foreign law, it's a raging debate within our country today. I do not see how anyone can justify a citation to actions outside the country as any authority whatsoever to define what Americans have done. Americans believe that you only govern with the consent of the governed, and we have not consented to be governed by Europe or any other advanced nation. People are concerned about abortion issues. They're concerned about national security, and we've had raging debates in our conference over that. I think this nominee, in private life, wrote a very intemperate letter about some of those issues that causes me concern. The ownership of firearms. We've had two seminal cases, 5-4, that had it been one vote switched, it would have been 5-4, completely eviscerating the right to keep and bear arms, allowing any city or any county in America, any state, to completely deny the people the right to keep or bear arms. People are worried about that. Senator Coburn has been, some of the things he's saying, Tom, I'm hearing as I go around my state. People are concerned and asking the question, is there any limit on what you do in Washington? Does anybody care? We do. We're tired of this. We're worried about this, and I think their worries are legitimate. I don't think it's extreme. We talk about activism. Justice Barack says, you know, you give this, the words don't change, but you give them new meaning that suits new social needs. Well, I know you said he's your hero. I'm sure you are correct that you don't adopt all of his philosophy, but many judges in the court system in America today are not too far from that, I believe. And I believe some of those judges are not fulfilling their oath. And I'm not going to vote for a judge I do not believe is committed to that. And I'm worried about the idea of legal progressivism. I think that's a pernicious philosophy. Liberal ideal is always had, I do admire the liberal ideal in the American tradition, but this progressive movement, I think, is particularly hostile to plain law, and I'm not pleased with it. And the president, I think, as Mr. Klain said, is a legal progressive, or Mr. Greg Craig, his counsels have said, and indicated that you are, Ms. Kagan. So I worry about that. I would just say, with regard to the discussion about Harvard and the military, I am concerned about the way you've overall described what happened, suggesting that it really wasn't that big a deal and that you always wanted to help the military. I was involved in writing the Solomon Amendment, several different versions of it. It took 4 times to get it so the deans around the country couldn't figure a way to get around it. It was a national debate. It was very intense at Harvard, and I do believe that your actions, I think your actions there were not consistent with the law. And our nominee is a person of skill and intelligence who has a diverse background. I do think that this Senate has a very serious responsibility at this time when people are deeply worried about our Constitution and is it being followed. They want to know that the next nominee to our Supreme Court will be faithful to that Constitution, even if they don't like it. And now some of the things you've said today have indicated that, but a combination of record and statements leaves me uneasy. So I look forward to studying that record and trying to fairly and objectively make my evaluation of whether I should vote for you for the Supreme Court of the United States. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.